video, I'm going to share with you some things to do in the Meatpacking District in Manhattan. If you're very, very familiar with the Meatpacking District, then this video might not be for you because what I'm about to talk about is very common things to do in the neighborhood. So if you're new to the Meatpacking District or you're visiting the Meatpacking District, stick around for this video. This is a very small neighborhood in Manhattan if you're actually looking at the neighborhood on a map, especially compared to some other neighborhoods nearby. But even though it's small, it is packed with a lot to do. The first thing that a lot of people know the Meatpacking District for is the High Line and Chelsea Market. So Chelsea Market is a indoor market in New York City. So not only is it a market with like local shops, but it also has a bunch of different local food options as well. So a lot of people come to Chelsea Market to both go shopping and to try some local food in New York City because there's a lot of good grab and go places here. The High Line is an elevated park in Manhattan. We're going to put up some pictures so you can see exactly what we're talking about in this video. It used to actually be a train track that ran through Manhattan. And if you look down when you're walking on the High Line Park, you can actually see the old train tracks there, which is honestly really, really cool. So I love Manhattan history, so sometimes I just throw some facts in there for you guys. I also do love the High Line. Now, just to warn you, it can get really, really touristy and just crowded. I don't think that this is a bad thing. It's so beautiful that I don't blame so many people for going there. And look at me, I'm literally recommending you guys to check out the High Line if you haven't already. I recommend doing Chelsea Market and the High Line in one trip. So if you're starting the High Line uptown, you can walk downtown on the High Line and then end at Chelsea Market. Or you could do vice versa. You could start at Chelsea Market and then walk uptown on the High Line. So I'll put pictures of both directions so you know exactly what I'm talking about for you guys. I would say that the High Line typically takes people like an hour to go through. That's if you're walking pretty slow and like taking your time and like taking pictures. But the High Line is very, very, very beautiful. And honestly, to this day, even though I've been on the High Line so many times in my life, I still love going on the High Line because it's that pretty. And the views of Manhattan are just absolutely gorgeous. In the Meatpacking District in general, there are a lot of boutique and high-end shops there. I'm not talking about just in Chelsea Market. Even if you're just walking on the streets of the Meatpacking District, you're going to see so many different shops there. And honestly, it's become a true shopping destination in New York City. Now, it's no Soho. I don't want you to think that there's going to be that many shops there. But for a small neighborhood, there's a lot of really nice high-end shops packed in there. The next thing that you can do is visit another park in the neighborhood that is also an elevated park, but this is a floating park in the water called Little Island. So we're going to put up a picture so you know exactly what we're talking about. Little Island is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. This is actually a newer park. It opened within the past 2 years in the Manhattan world. It's very, very new. So I've been on the park a handful of times now, and every time I'm there, honestly, it's just so gorgeous. I can't get over that it's actually real. It's not overly big, so it's not going to take you hours and hours to get through, but you could spend a half hour to an hour just going around the park, seeing the different views of the city from different parts of the park. And I know that they also do concerts there at some point during the nicer months when the weather is nice. So you can always get a ticket for that as well. And as you can tell already, there's a lot to do in this neighborhood. So I really love Little Island, and I definitely think it's worth everyone seeing in Manhattan. So right next to Little Island is another pretty well-known spot called City Winery. So City Winery actually does exist in other cities around the world, but I do really like the New York City one. This is the main New York City location. There's another location in New York City downtown called City Vineyard. It's under the same ownership, but it is a different restaurant. So in this video, we're talking about City Winery, which is in the Meatpacking District. It's also on the waterfront, so you're literally dining on the water. And they also do comedy shows there. Musicians come to City Winery. It's really a lot of fun, and I definitely suggest going there to grab a glass of wine, have some apps, or even just do dinner there because it's a really, really cool space and it's right there as well. And when it comes to like shows there, they have like well-known names for both comedy and musicians. So definitely check out their events list on their website to see exactly who's coming to the City Winery. Now, there's also a new elevated park in the Meatpacking District. If you go directly north from where City Winery is, there's another elevated park there. Now, it's brand new. I think at the time of this video, it literally opened 1 year ago, and I've only been there one time right after it opened, but it was absolutely gorgeous. And it's another place where the views can be absolutely incredible. I would say that this park, and we're going to put pictures of this park here as well so you can see what I'm talking about. This park can be a great place for a picnic. So if you're able to grab food maybe from Chelsea Market, grab something quick, casual, and take it to this park and have a little picnic, this is a great spot for that. My last recommendation, definitely not my least, for the Meatpacking District is going to be to go to a trendy rooftop or enjoy the nightlife in the neighborhood. This neighborhood is definitely known for its shopping, dining scene, but it's also known for its rooftops and nightlifes. So like I said, this is a packed neighborhood, guys. Like there's so much here. And I would say that in my early 20s, when I was going out a lot, this was like my neighborhood to go to. I really enjoyed the nightlife scene here. And I definitely think that it's probably one of the nicer nightlife scenes in New York City. And that's also because these are expensive rooftop bars. So you're definitely going to pay a price when you're here, but I do think it's worth it. And the views are just so incredible. I just love being on the rooftops in the Meatpacking District. So that's just a list of things that you could do in the Meatpacking District neighborhood. Now, if there's anything I missed in this video, or you guys have any other ideas, I would love if you can share it in the comments, because as always, I just love hearing from you guys.